Hi everyone, so this is Kasia, welcome to Tarot Map, and today I'm trying to show you how amazing glitter tarot decks by Carol Herzer are. It's not an easy thing to do, but I will just try to show you the differences and similarities between them. So Carol Herzer is an artist. She creates different tarot decks and oracle decks as well. So this is Spirit Speaks oracle deck that she has been creating and taking photos and remastering, remaking from 2012 till 2023. And this is kind of a new printing. She added little frame. I actually really like it with the frame. That's also, you know, a deck by her. She has created this amazing Tarot Reveler that I just received from her as a gift in this gorgeous, gorgeous bag. And this is a deck, you know, that's she painted in 90s, early 90s or late 80s. It's so amazing. There's a whole story about this deck on her channel and on her website. And it's so beautiful. It's called Tarot Reveler. And the illustrations were actually originally done by Suzanne Kloster, and there was some interesting coincidences and the whole magical story about how Carol received the illustrations, and so that she could remake them and use them. And she sent me this one. That's what I would like to get from her. This size of the images, it's so amazing. It's a really large version of, you know, the same deck. And I just love this. This is one of my favorite Justice cards, I guess. It's amazing. So yeah, so she creates all sorts of different decks. There's chakra decks, majors only decks, astrological decks, and so on and so forth. Each come with handmade bag, you know, that she creates. She always adds, like, glues one of the cards on it. Like this one is so amazing with the Inner Truth Tarot bag. I love them. This one also suits, you know, the deck that it comes with. And this is my newest addition. So let's just start with this one. So what she does, she creates various versions of Rider-Waite-Smith. So if you compare, let's say, this deck and this deck, they have different source deck. The Magician, for example, will be looking different in this one than in this one. See, this one has longer hair and it's just different face. So she repainted those decks, and she has different source decks on which she bases then her creations. So for example, these three they have the same source decks, and these two have the same source deck. So this one, the new one that I got, I basically got it because Honey Lou was really loving her she was loving her blue deck. This one is called Baby Blue. Of course, as with always with Carol's glitter decks, glitter doesn't show so well on the camera. It shows best when we have sunshine, you know, but yeah, I haven't had sunshine for a while, and I really want to record it because I want to shuffle the decks and play with them, and I keep them in order for you. So anyway, these are the bags. She also hand paints some of the bags and adds glitter. So depending, some of them are more just like created on computer imagery. The Spirit Speaks, I like, they have just like white bags. So the new one that I got, which is called Baby Blue, it doesn't have color, as you can see. It just is this kind of source deck with glitter added to it. I love glitter decks, and this is on extra thick cardstock, which I actually really like. The difference being that this one, you know, when you try to bend it, it's still bendy, but it doesn't bend that easily. This is the older deck, and these ones are much thinner. It's still really great. I don't mind. Whenever she adds glitter, it also gives the deck through the lamination a little bit more sturdiness. but I've had her decks for ages, and you know, there's nothing happens to them. So this is this baby blue deck with a lot of glitter, and I wanted to have a deck of hers that she writes about this deck that it's very archetypal, and I actually love those. There's some sense of dreaminess about these images. When you have no color, you're much more faced, maybe face to face with an archetype and with what the, you know, the picture wants to tell you. You're not so distracted by all the, you know, glitter, color, and so on. This glitter just adds to the magic of the image, but it doesn't take away your attention. And yeah, it seems like a quiet deck. It seems like I haven't used it yet. It's just arrived. You know, guys, I'm just binging on Carol Herzer, so you've got to forgive me if you bought with me already. But just stick with me, because maybe you also fall in love with her decks. So yeah, these images are just, you know, and they look together. I think that's quite fascinating, actually. I'm quite excited about this deck. It's not so much blue as I'd say, like grayish blue maybe. There's quite a lot of the kind of gray in those as well. But yeah, there's glitter, and these decks, just, I think it's going to be like a different reader to all the other ones that have color. This one, for example, that I got from my dear friend Victoria and love so much, has silver backs. So this one has blue backs with glitter, and this one has silver backs with glitter. It has the thinner paper, but it doesn't really change much. I don't mind, but if I was to choose now, I would probably always choose the thicker paper, because it's still great and shuffles great. It just, yeah, the decks are a little bit bigger. Okay, so if this is the older deck, this would be the newer deck. Let's just see what's the difference would be. Yeah, so this one is thicker, as you can see. But yeah, as I said, I still would choose probably the new paper, just because it seems like it's a bit more steadier, and maybe it will last longer. I don't know. I never, as I said, had any issues with Carol Herzer's decks going crazy or being destroyed or anything. But so this one has, okay, and this one had nothing added. It's just glitter and that source deck. So she didn't add any touches by hand. That's why this deck was around $250. And this one that I got as a gift has a lot of input that Carol's done by hand, and that was much more expensive from what I remember. It has this golden, you know, dots that she added. She added this opalescent paint, and that looks like, you know, depending on the light, you can get this purplish, colder tones, or you can get like golden pinkish tones. It all depends how the light falls. And I seriously love this deck so much. It's so beautiful. Carol added like amazingly, like how she added glitter to this deck. It's so like, just, I love it. This one I use often just for like kind of really like shadow work, for when I don't see what's going on. It's a little bit more on the, oh, look at this gold, on the shadowy side for me, but also sometimes if I want to straighten something up, because yeah, it doesn't have that much color, but it's so gorgeous. And again, I don't know how this will show up on the camera, but that opalescent paint is so gorgeous, and it's really changes color depending on the light. So you always have an impression that this deck is different each time you use it, and depending how the light falls, it's just so beautiful. Look at this temperance, oh, the wings, devil. Yeah, Carol has a knack for making difficult cards like really beautiful. So yeah, this is, as I said, the Illuminated Tarot, and this is black and white source deck with added like hand added work. This is the Crystal Fire, and Carol said somewhere on her website that this one is, and this is gold bags. So I've got silver, I've got blue, and let's just maybe put the decks here. So now we have gold, and she wrote somewhere that this deck is to bring courage to people. So also it doesn't have anything added by hand. So she just painted the source deck and then she just added glitter to it. But yeah, you can see how this one is really saturated. It has a lot of color. It feels sometimes like maybe the, you know, some fluorescent color is added, but actually when she adds by hand some fluorescent elements, you will be able to see the difference. I think it would look awesome with fluorescent. But yeah, this one is very colorful, very saturated. I have gotten it a couple of years ago, I think in 2020 maybe. I splurged, I saved. This was like one of the decks that I bought for myself from Carol. And, you know, it was quite expensive for me, the decks, because, you know, I don't earn in dollars, and our Polish money is not great. But it's, you know, I just love it. I treat it also a little bit, maybe not as an investment, but, you know, this is piece of art. So if you don't just think about it as a tarot deck, these are pieces of art. They handmade. Everyone is different. You know, each one of these decks just has a different feel. So right now, I think after I've gotten the Inner Truth, this became my least favorite, in a sense that like this is also very colorful, and I prefer this one because the glitter work on the Inner Truth is out of this world. This is also of course amazing, and this deck has been with me in many difficult situations. It went with me to Croatia when the Ukraine war happened, and yeah, it was kind of giving me courage indeed. You know, when the sun is shining, this deck comes to life and picks up on all this glitter, and but yeah, it is very saturated, so it's kind of like out there in your face, but also really, really beautiful. All right, so the Inner Truth, that's the deck that they like negative, you know, negative images. So if the Fool was white, then it, you know, it changes the color of the whole thing. This one has awesome bags, black with glitter as well. So now we have blue, silver, gold, and black, which is so wonderful. And then this one is dark blue. I was like, oh, sick. Looks good. So this one is one of my favorites ever. This I bought just recently. I ordered it from Carol. You can write her and say, you know, ask her if she can create a deck for you. I saw it at Honey Lou's channel, and with glitter I just went crazy for it. And I love the color, I love the bag that Carol created for me. This is definitely one of my favorite decks because this one has a lot of glitter, and you know, I'm a glitter craze, you know, on a glitter craze, so whenever I see that much, it's just amazing. So this one you can get also without glitter, and then it's not that expensive. Carol has a lot of various decks and prices and price ranges. So if you go like, oh no, I can't afford the glitter decks, you can afford different decks from Carol. She has affordable decks, and you don't have to have glitter, but you can still get like very colorful decks from her. So this one, for example, also, you know, comes without glitter, and it looks still quite beautiful. You can get it with these bags, and this is just like, you know, a regular Inner Truth tarot with no glitter. As I said, glitter adds this extra specialness to her decks. They're amazing with glitter. There is just something, oh, that's so good. This Hermit in this deck, I love him. You know, there is just something extra special, and the feel in the cards, in the hands, it's just different with glitter decks. It's better. What can I say? It's amazing. So yeah, this is Inner Truth, and this is large size. So, oh, it's just gorgeous. Look at this star. So beautiful. So Inner Truth, amazing, amazing. I chose the black bags, and then this one I received from Honey Lou, and I just wanted to have a green deck. It looks a little bit maybe more green in real life, but yeah, it's bluish green, let's say. It's not that green, but yeah, it has this amazing blue, dark blue poppy bags, and it's quieter as well, but it has color. And in this one, Carol added by hand those fluorescent accents. And as I said, I've done a review of this deck yesterday. I love this deck. It's my really feminine deck, dreamy, quiet, but deep. It has this calming effect on a reader. So I'm curious how it's going to, compare with this one. I do prefer a little bit of color, but I will see, because Honey Lou said she was surprised that she actually has been reaching for this blue deck, a lot. So I'm curious, but I was very lucky to get this one. I felt like this is my deck from the very beginning when I saw it. It's so kind of sweet, and those fluorescent paint accents are so cool. I love them. So yeah, this deck is just definitely one of my faves. All of them have, a special kind of place. I'm just now, I think, struggling to find two different usages for these very colorful decks, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I will gift a Carol Herzer deck to somebody as well. Who knows? So yeah, this is the Snow Starlight. So this is the Starlight, just the blue Starlight, the regular source deck, and this is the same deck, but with added color and added fluorescent elements. So it's really, really beautiful. And yeah, when it comes to, this is also extra thick deck paper, so it's quite a chunk. It's not very heavy, but it's just gorgeous, and it has all this amazing, just the feel, of this whole deck. It's gorgeous. I love it. Dreamlike. Then the Inner Truth, like this really colorful. It has definitely a statement, but also so kind of colorful, but also darkish. I love it so much. It's definitely, I don't know, maybe my favorite right now. And then we have that one from, that I bought at some point, still like the older printing of Carol's. I don't think she's doing anymore those little borders. This is maybe the vintage kind of Carol Herzer right now. But yeah, it's saturated. It's kind of also crazy, and I love it, because it also gives you this kind of and it is a little bit different to Inner Truth in a sense that it's just very much forward. Inner Truth can be a little bit like a shadow deck as well, actually. And then we have that amazing Illuminated tarot with a lot of handwork by Carol, and this opalescent paint that changes and shifts and gives you just a different experience with your deck each time you use it. And this new one, which I haven't even used yet. I just wanted to share this with you guys, so I'm curious how this one will work for me. This is still a mystery. Will I be excited to use it, or where does it take me? But I'm kind of loving it that it doesn't have color. So yeah, we'll see. And Carol has sent a couple of different so this is the Snow Starlight, right, that Carol did. And there's also the black and white one, also with glitter. And these are some like rainbow, I think this is called rainbows, little rainbows. And then there is, these probes. I love the Four of Cups her decks. I would love this deck. This deck is amazing. I don't know what it is, but I love it. I want it. No more Carol Herzers. No, I can't afford it right now. But yeah, this one is amazing. Okay, guys. So I'm going to share some other decks of Carol's in a sec, or shall we just bloody hell, go for it. Okay, give me 1 sec, guys. Let's pull them all out. Why not? If we already here, let's just go with it. So these ones I received as gifts, some I bought, and this one is little original illuminated, so you can get, you know, maybe, I don't know if Carol still makes those tiny little ones. I love this one, and it still has gorgeous color, sharp printing. It's really beautiful, doesn't have glitter, but it's still amazing. So you can really get one of her decks, even if you feel like, oh, I would love glitter, but I don't have glitter, you know, I can't afford glitter. I feel these ones are still like, her decks are really energetic and beautifully filled with good vibes, you know. So this is the original one, gorgeous colors, it's still so beautiful. And she has different sizes and printing and papers. You can just get in touch with her. So this is a illuminated, original illuminated tarot deck. It's smaller than, you know, the medium one. This one is like a mini travel version, like a really, really small one. So I'm just going to put it here. And then at some point I got from her this Chakra Arcana tarot. When you see my version, just don't laugh, because in this Chakra Arcana, it was still coming with a booklet, so I added some nail polish to make my own glitter, because I couldn't afford glitter, so I started adding nail polish to make glitter. So it's quite funny. So you have chakra cards in this deck, and then you have all the major arcana, like this is a moon card, and each major arcana has 2 chakras associated with them. It's the whole system. It actually really is very interesting. I've done a couple of chakra readings for clients with these decks, with this deck, and yeah, it was quite revealing. So this is pretty cool. It's called Chakra Arcana. I don't know how they look now. This one is on the old paper with bags, just regular bags, no glitter. It has just no borders and no names. And then from my friend Vicky, I also received this illuminated tarot Starlight, and no glitter, just a regular one. I don't know if Carol still makes them with borders. I like them without borders, but I don't mind them with borders, because I'm actually right now very okay with borders. So the Starlight has these darker backgrounds and a lot of stars, right? So it's a little bit darker compared to this regular original illuminated deck. And this one has, I think it's like a regular, Carol calls it perfect size. So it's kind of not large, not medium, it's big enough, and it has all those stars. Also no glitter, you can get it, but it's still very, very beautiful. So it's a bit darker, so if you like a little bit, you know, darker colors, but still very colorful and beautiful, Starlight illuminated tarot. It's really, really great. Can't remember anymore what year it was. It rubbed off, but yeah, this one is Starlight Illuminated. And then I have one also that I got from my friend Kasia. It's called Elemental Rainbows, comes with this bag, and here it's color coordinated. I love this deck. It has you know, the wands are red, the coins are green, the swords are blue, and majors are purple, and then the water is what is the water? Where is the water? Pink. Yes, water is pink. So it's beautiful. I love it. It's one of my favorites too. I wish I had this one with glitter. It's amazing. So cool. So cool. So this is the Elemental Rainbows. So also I think available. And then the last one that I own from Carol is this River Spirits. So she has sent me this new printing of Spirit Speaks. I have River Spirits, but And I have them on the old paper, actually, not old paper, the new paper is quite thick. It's a big of a chunk of a deck, but it has a lot of cards, I think over 100, and no borders, which I actually really like. So this is taken by Carol, all these photographs taken by Carol, and she has taken them at her river, and then they are, of course, manipulated at the computer. And she's created those, you know, images that are very intuitive and very kind of personal. There is no book, no keywords. It's one of those decks that you have to figure out for yourself. And I know that she also creates glitter decks with these and sells them by, you can choose, pick and choose yourself which ones you would like to have in your deck. So take a look at this. So my ones were called River Spirits. But the new version that Carol just sent me now as a little gift, thank you so much, is Spirit Speaks. And yeah, you can pick and choose, and I actually like these borders. I think the images pop up even more, but yeah, maybe if you don't want borders, you can ask Carol if she does them without borders too. So yeah, these are all my decks by Carol Herzer, and just wow, what extravaganza of amazingness, and this tarot reveal is so cool. So guys, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm off to play with my decks now. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I speak to you soon. Bye.